I'ma be. All my life, I did wrong to you, and I'm sorry for the things I thought you do. And I feel I don't deserve this. I just don't deserve this. I just don't deserve. And I feel I don't deserve this. I just don't deserve this. I just don't deserve. All along, you've been there for me. And I did you wrong, but you still care for me. I know you do. Locked up in my own ways, but you came and set me free. And by your side is where I wanna be. All my life, I did wrong to you, and I'm sorry for the things I thought you do. And I feel I don't deserve this. I just don't deserve this. I just don't deserve. And I feel I don't deserve this. I just don't deserve this. I just don't deserve.
You made me change my mind. You made me fall in line. Chose me, but I don't know why. And I feel good, I can never lie. And I just wanna say thank you for all the things that you done for me. Gotta prove to you how much I love you. When you rain in your blessings, remember me. And I just wanna say thank you for all the things that you done for me. Gotta prove to you how much I love you. Because to serve you is my destiny.
All my life, yeah, all my life, I did wrong to you. Oh, I did you wrong. Yeah, I know I did you wrong. And I'm sorry for the things I thought you do. Oh, I'm sorry. And I feel I don't deserve this. I just don't deserve this. I just don't deserve. And I feel I don't deserve this. I just don't deserve this. I just don't deserve. Sorry for. I'm sorry for. And I feel I don't deserve this. I just don't deserve this. I just don't deserve. And I feel I don't deserve this. I just don't deserve this. I just don't deserve. me not away from your presence, oh God, oh God. I wanna be in your will. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I delight to do thy will. You, Lord, have I hidden in my heart, so that I might die daily. Get rid of the old me. Perfect in your sight is what I wanna be. So create in me a clean heart, and renew a right spirit within me, Cast me not away from thy presence, oh God, oh God. I wanna be in your will. Lord, do you hear me? Do you hear me? Your wisdom, it teaches me your laws are a lamp unto my feet, converting my soul, making me whole. Righteousness in your laws allow me to grow. So create in me a clean heart, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, oh God, oh God. I wanna be in your will. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Create in me a clean heart, a clean heart.
Check. Check. Can you put it a little lower? Let me have my little higher. Good? Shalom, brothers and sisters. Which Kamehameha? This one? Shalom, brothers, shalom, sisters. Happy Sabbath. I'm Deacon Malachi. Let me see this. Are we supposed to be on YouTube and Facebook? Yeah, I'm looking at. Say that again? Classrooms too. I want to make sure because I want to keep a time stamp. Make sure that we are in. All right. Shalom, brothers, shalom, sisters. Happy Sabbath. I'm not going to be long. I'm going to try not to be long today. I don't think my class is gonna be long today. Bishop Kana is coming later on after me. So we're gonna jump right into it. Today, class title is I Am That I Am Part 2. And the only reason I'm doing Part 2 is because I was reading the comments and a lot of brothers and sisters said it would be good to have a Part 2 in this. So today I'm going to talk about what it means to be a revolutionary man and woman. I am a revolutionary man. I'm going to talk about I am a counselor, I am loyal, and I am my forefathers. All right? So, let's jump right in it. Let's start with counselor. Give me wisdom of Solomon. Give me wisdom of Solomon. The reason I want to start with counselors, I want to talk about counselors. The scripture, when you look at the scripture, right, you look at our forefathers. You look at David. You look at even Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. You look at David, Solomon. Solomon was the greatest king on the earth, right? One of the greatest kings that ever walked the earth. But Solomon have counselors. But today, you got our brothers, our sisters, for some reason, I don't know why, for some reason, they don't respect a counselor. Some of them don't even want a counselor. The president of the United States have counselors. There is a reason behind counselors. There's a reason it's in the scriptures. Go to Wisdom of Solomon. Give me chapter 9. I want to get it too. Give me chapter 9. Start at verse 13.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 13. For what man is he that can know the counsel of God? Or who can think what the will of the Lord is?
So the scriptures say, what man that can understand the counsel of God? And who can think what he will? In other words, for you to understand the counsel of God, you have to have the spirit of Mosiah. You cannot understand the counsel of God if you don't have the spirit of Mosiah in you, the spirit of Christ in you. So I start there for a reason. And a lot of us, let me put it like that. When you look at the leaders, some of us thinking Mosiah is going to come talk to you face to face. It doesn't work like that. How do you know? Because when you look at the scriptures, Mosiah God always sent a prophet. Even when you look at King David, Mosiah God sent a prophet. David don't go to war until he went to the prophet and say, hey, if we go to war, our Mosiah God going to deliver them into our hand. That's a counselor. Because the priests have direct connection to Mosiah. So David went and asked first. But not us today, though. To us today, well, you know what we said? I'm going to go on a swim, I'm going to go on a swim, and I do whatever the hell I want. I don't have to follow nothing you said. Good luck with that. Give me Sirach, chapter 6. Give me Sirach, chapter 6.
Verse 6.
Yep, start at verse 6.
The book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 6. Be in peace with many, nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000.
Read that again.
Be in peace with many.
Be in peace with many. Be in peace with many. Because the scriptures say Most High God call us to peace. Be in peace with many. Read.
Nevertheless,
however,
have but one counselor of 1,000.
The scripture said to have one counselor of 1,000. You want to know why he said that? This is what I see a lot of brothers and sisters do. They go counsel with somebody. They don't like the counsel. They went to somebody else, asked for the same counsel. By the way, that's evil. I'm just telling you straight. That's evil. The reason you go to the other person, ask for counsel also, is because you don't like the answer. They don't, in other words, the first person then tell you what you wanted to hear. Another thing I saw sisters do. Sisters go and talk to another sister about their marriage. The minute the sister bring out their scriptures and show them, hey sis, you know you was wrong, blah. The sister say, I don't want to hear it. Okay, if you don't want to hear it, why you go and talk to her in the first place? Because the sister is not telling her what she wants to hear. What you guys understand is when you go to if I go to this brother for counselor, before I even go to the brother, I should not make up my mind. Some of you come to counselor, you already make up your mind. In other words, you only come to counselor so you can say, "Oh yeah, I did talk to," but you deep down you know you already make up your mind. That's some evil stuff. That's also evil. If you're gonna come to me, if you say, "Hey deacon, what do you think about this sister?" I said, "Well, she's a good sister, but I don't think right now she's ready for marriage. Maybe about another year." You know, in the back of your mind, you are really make up your mind. I don't give a damn what deacon say. I'm going to start talking to the sister. But then why you come asking me about her if you already make up your mind? And then you go and jump on it. When something happen, you go, "Oops." But I'll be like, "Bruh, didn't I told you to wait? Give the sister at least a year to get herself right." "Oh, well, I didn't think." Bruh, I told you, but guess what? Before you come to me, you had already make up your mind you was going to do whatever the hell you wanted in the first place. It make no sense. You already make up your mind, you go and ask for counsel about somebody. About anything. Read that scripture again.
The book of Sirach, chapter 6, verse 6. Be in peace with many, nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000.
Hey, give me the definition of a counselor. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Read that.
Counselor, a person trained to give guidance or personal, social.
Stop. Read that again.
Counselor, a person trained to.
A person what?
Trained.
A person what?
Trained.
Trained. In other words, since we talk about the Bible, it's a person that's trained in the scriptures. Trained in the scriptures, read.
To give guidance.
To give guidance. To give guidance. In other words, it's a person that's trained, whatever. Okay, I cannot come ask you for counsel about something you have no idea about. You don't train about. In other words, if I'm going to ask you for counselor about marriage, you have to be married. So some of you ask counselor to a sister about marriage, the sister is single. Some of you go to a brother, ask him for counsel about marriage, the brother is single. What the brother know about marriage? You never been married before. But no, you know why you go to them? Because you want to hear what you want to hear. But that brother is not trained in marriage. That sister is not trained in marriage. Why would you want to counsel to him about marriage? It said a person trained to give guidance. Guidance. Guidance means to guide you the right way. That's what guidance means. Listen, we try, and IYC, we try to guide you guys the right way. But some of you guys don't want it. Read.
A person trained to give guidance on personal, social.
On personal, social.
Psychological.
Psychological.
Problems.
Psychological problem. With the last part.
A marriage counselor.
A marriage counselor. So a counselor is a person that's trained to give guidance on personal, social, or psychological problem. A marriage counselor. Psychological problem. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. I was telling Bishop Canaan, I think we're all crazy. The thing that we went through, I'm talking about slavery. I'm talking about the because I'm down here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and yesterday I had a chance to go down to we had a chance to go and look Black Wall Street, where Black Wall Street was, and let me tell you something, man. It's like what is that? What they call that? The trauma? What they call that? It's like a trauma.
Psychological trauma.
Psychological trauma. You know, psychological trauma passed from generation to generation. I hope you guys know that. And when I'm looking at it, I'm like, no. Certain thing you see is like, you know why? Now you know why people is crazy. All of us is crazy. That's why the scripture said, we just read, psychological. So, in other words, what most of God is saying, because all of us is crazy, don't do nothing with a counselor. And when you counsel, make sure you counsel with the right person. Give me Exodus 18. And you're going to read verse 17 to 27. Now, you know I want to go there? I want to go there to show you guys, for you guys who said, I don't need counselors, I'm good. The brother said, hey, God don't need no counselor, hell with them. Okay. Let me see what the Bible said.
The book of Exodus, chapter 18, verse 17.
Yep. read
And
that.
Moses' father-in-law said,
Now, Moses' father-in-law, and I want you to hear this. Moses' father-in-law was not a believer. Moses' father-in-law was not an Israelite. He was a heathen. Now I want you to hear this again. Moses' father-in-law was a heathen. But Moses was able to take counsel from his father-in-law. Because Moses knew how important counsel was. Remember, his father-in-law was older than him. He knew how important counsel was. Read.
And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, the thing that thou doest is not good.
Uh-huh.
Thou wilt surely wear away.
So what Moses was doing is Moses was the judge in Israel at that time. They were in the wilderness, and every time, whatever problem they have, they bring it to Moses. So the father-in-law said, what?
That thou wilt surely wear away.
So there were so many of us, the father-in-law said, hey, this is not good what you're doing. These people are going to wear you out. Read.
Both thou and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee.
It's too heavy. This is why, keep on reading.
Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone.
Uh-huh.
Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel.
I will do what?
I will give thee counsel.
I will do what?
I will give thee counsel.
Moses' father-in-law said, now I want you to hear me. I'm going to give you a counsel. I'm going to give you counsel. Read.
And God shall be with thee.
And Most High God shall be with you. Read.
Be thou for the people to Godward,
Uh-huh.
that thou mayest bring the cause unto God.
Uh-huh.
And thou...
So he told Moses, I'm going to give you some counsel, and I want you to bring it to Most High. What I'm about to tell you, you don't have to do it, but before you do it, I want you to come take it to Most High. In other words, let Most High tell you if it's the right counsel or not. Read.
And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws,
Uh-huh.
and shalt show them the way wherein they must walk,
Uh-huh.
and the work that they must do. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men.
Able what?
Able men.
Able what?
Able men.
So he told Moses to pick up able men. Able men. Men that be able to do the work. Men that be able to counsel the same way Moses counsel. It's the same thing we do in IUIC. Because some of you thinking we just come up with when we have bishop, deacon, captain, officers of Eli, officers of Nali, and we got them late. Some of you thinking it's something we come up with. No, it's coming from the scriptures. Because what? We come to a point where we so big, so many of us, one man cannot do it. So we have to depend on your brothers that's under us to do the same thing. That's why the scripture say, be in one mind, one spirit. This is what you guys understand. That's why when you read the letter of Paul, I always talk about the letter of Paul. The letter of Paul was reading from, sending letters to Church of Corinth, Church of Galatia, Church of Ephesus. What Paul was doing, Paul was telling them, listen, we got to be in the same mind, same spirit. Paul was traveling, visiting. Same thing we're doing today. We're visiting different camps to make sure everybody in the same mind, same spirit. Because guess what? We cannot be in 100 places at the same time. I'm here in Tulsa in the school right now. It's a small school, but guess what? IUIC start like that. You see how small this room is? IUIC start like that. So those leaders here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, listen, as long as you guys stay in the spirit, do the work, believe me, Most High God going to increase this place. You guys got to be in the right mind for him. Because Most High God is not going to bring people here for you guys to destroy. It's not going to happen. As long as you guys stay in the spirit, this place is going to be increased. This is nothing. Because when I call here, I'm like, okay, this is very small. But I have to remind myself, IUIC stuff like this. Now look at where IUIC at. So that show you Most High God is using us for greater thing, as long as we stay in the right mind, right spirit. Read.
Such as fear God, men of truth, hating
He
covetous.
said, men that fear God, men of truth. Read.
Hating covetousness.
Men that's not going to give counsel for money. Men that hate covetous. Because you know black people want to get paid. Oh, you try to tell me I'm going to do this, I ain't getting paid? He said men that hate covetous. Read.
And place such over them
Uh-huh.
to be rulers of thousands.
So he said, pick this man, put over the people to be rulers of, you know what they call them today? They call them officers. And there's another part in Deuteronomy talk about that. He said officer of 10, officer of 100. Those are judges. Those are judges. Read that again.
And place such over them
Uh-huh.
to be rulers of thousands.
Judges of 1,000.
And rulers of hundreds.
Judges of 100.
Rulers of 50s.
Rulers of 50s.
And rulers of 10s.
Rulers of 10. You know what's so important about this? It's called order. It's called order. Esau called it ranking system. Because some of us was in the military, right? Esau got a ranking system. Mosai got the same thing. When you come in Mosai got army, Mosai got the same thing. Because I heard Negro said, why you got to be over me? We all the same. That's not scriptural. That's not in the Bible. There's always order. God is about order. If you hate order, if you hate order, you're in the wrong place. Because IUIC, we follow the order. It's about order. Because God is about order. You cannot rebuild a nation without order. That's madness. Because other people say we are the same, we're supposed to wear the same garment. No, it doesn't work like that. How the hell the white men know that, but you don't know that? How come you don't go to the white man army and say, military, and said, oh, I want to be a general? Nah, brother, you haven't put work in yet to be a general. Another thing I see brothers do, when you're in the white man military, you never see a soldier go directly to the general. That don't happen in Esau military. And we all know that. Don't fool yourself. That don't happen. Even when you work for a company like McDonald's, you're not going to see a regular employee go directly to the top general manager. That's don't happen. That's why they got general managers, assistant general managers, they got supervisors. They got all, you never see that. But not the Negro though. Now the Negro coming to Israel, they say, nope. I want the phone number of the top guy. I want to talk to the top man. Who the hell are you? Who are you? You just got here. What are you talking about? No. Get Bishop Netanyahu on the phone. Come again? When you tell them no, they'll be like, oh, nah, your guys try to be so private. Bro, even when you go to Kwefodala Christian church, you cannot walk and start talking to Kwefodala. You understand that? Those are the same men who was in the Christian church. Some of you was in Kwefodala church. You never met Kwefodala face to face. Because security, you will never pass security to go straight to him. But when you come in Israel now, nah, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. You guys cannot stop me. You're in the wrong place, brother. Finish that. What verse you in, by the way?
Verse 22, Deacon.
You're going to read up to verse 27. Read.
And let them judge the people at all seasons.
Let them judge the people in all season.
And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee.
Stop. Read that again.
And it shall be that every great matter.
In other words, if it's bigger for you. That's why we got officers of 10, officers of 20, 50, it go up. Because some stuff officers of 10 cannot handle. Take it to the officer of 20. Some stuff officer of 20 cannot handle. Take out to the captains. Hey, captain, probably, hey, deacon, hey, we got a situation. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? That's why he said if it's too big for you, if it's too big for that man, take it to you, to the top guy. Read.
And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee. But every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easy.
You know why I say every small matter? If you're an officer of 10, you have to be able to judge little stuff. Because officer of 10 mean you are a judge. You can guide 10 men with no problem. That's what that means. I heard people say an officer of 10 is not important. You're crazy. An officer of 10, you're a leader in Israel. And no matter where you go, you are an officer of 10. That means you can take 10 men to camp by yourself and lead them. That's what that means. With no problem. That's what that means. If a small matter arises in the congregation, you have to be able to judge that little small matter. Or else, you cannot be a judge in Israel. That's what that means, to be a judge. Read.
But every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and thou shalt bear the burden with thee. If thou...
So in other words, Moses have these men to bear the burden of the people, because there's too many of them. Read.
If thou shalt do this thing, and God command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure. And all this people shall also go to their place in peace.
So he said, if you'll be able to do this, pick up the white man, you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. That's what we try to do in IUIC. We try to raise the right brothers. Hey, some of us still bug out of our mind. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here telling you every camp in IUIC, the leaders, the mind is right. I'm not telling you this. Some of us bug the hell out. That's why some school bishop want to shut them down. Because the brother that lead inside over that school is bugged the hell out. Because we already see his mindset is going to destroy the people. And I'm telling you, some of this camp, yeah, we see you. We see you. Your mind is not right. You're going to destroy the people. You finish that up to 27?
No, sir, I'm at 24. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law.
What Moses do?
He'd hearken to the voice of his father-in-law.
Moses take the counsel. Because the counsel was the right counsel. Read.
And did all that he had said.
And now remember, the father-in-law was a heathen. That's what's so crazy about this. The heathen know more about counsel of God than the Negro. Than the repented Israelite today. Read.
And Moses chose able men out of all Israel.
He chose what?
Able men out of...
He chose what?
Able men.
Able men. Able men mean men he can trust. Men he can trust to handle certain situation. If as a leader, we have to be able to trust you. You're going to do the right judgment. You're going to pass the right judgment. You're going to give the right counsel. Because I see some brothers give counsel and then they're destroying stuff. And when I'm talking, hey, who told you to do this? Oh, yeah, so-and-so. I'm like, what? That's not right. That's not the right counsel. And brothers, let me tell you, especially your guys that's over people, if somebody come to you, ask you something, if you don't know, it's better you say, wait, let me ask. But don't make the one counsel, the one decision, then you go, whoops. Listen, leaders don't go, whoops. So you know some stuff you cannot fix, right? Some stuff you can go back and fix it. That's why you cannot go, whoops. It's better to go ask. Some stuff, you will destroy that person. You cannot fix it. So it's better to just go and say, hey, wait, I get back at you. There is nothing wrong with somebody asks something, you say, I get back at you. There's nothing wrong with that. Read.
And Moses chose able men out of all Israel and made them heads over the people. Rulers of thousands.
Rulers of thousands.
Rulers of hundreds. Rulers of 50s. Rulers of 10s. And they judged the people.
They what?
And they judged the people.
They what?
They judged the people.
They judge. Those are judges. They judge the people. Read.
At all seasons.
And all the time. That's why it says all season. Read.
The hard causes they brought unto Moses.
The thing that's too heavy for them, they brought it into Moses.
But every small matter, they judged themselves.
They judge it among themselves. That's it.
27 last verse. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way unto his own land.
That's it. So Moses was a great man. Moses is the only man who ever talked to God face to face. And Moses was able to take counsel from a man that's not even an Israelite. So what is wrong with us today? What is wrong with the Negro today? What is wrong with us today? From there, go to 1 King. Read 1 King chapter 2, read 1 verse 1 to 3. Now I want you to hear what King David told his son Solomon before he died.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 2, verse 1. Now the days of David drew nigh, that he should die. And he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of all
He charged mean he counsel. He about to die. He called his son Solomon. He said, listen, I'm going to tell you what you must do after I'm gone. I'm going to give you a counsel. I'm going to give you my last counsel, what you must do after I'm gone. Read.
I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man.
Read that again.
I go the way all the earth.
I'm going to die.
Be thou strong, therefore.
Be very strong, Solomon. Remember, Solomon was very young. Read.
And show thyself a man.
He said, show yourself a man. Verse 3.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
Keep God laws. Keep God laws. Because David know. If Solomon keep God laws, Solomon going to succeed. He said, keep God laws. Keep God laws. Read.
To walk in his ways, to keep his statutes.
Walk in the commandment. Keep the commandment. Read.
In his commandments, in his judgments, in his testimonies, as is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper.
That may what?
That thou mayest prosper.
That may what?
Mayest prosper.
Isn't that the same thing? Most like God told Joshua in the book of Joshua. He said, if you keep my law that you may prosper. No matter what you thought you're going to be prosper, if you keep my laws. Read.
In all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
So David give his son Solomon counsel before he died. From there, give me same book, go to chapter 12. I'm just going to run through this. You guys can read the rest on your own. Chapter 12, same book. Now, this is after Solomon died. I want you to hear this. This is after Solomon died, right? Read.
Verse 1.
Now, this is the young man today. This right here is the young man today, the young woman today. Read. Start at verse 1.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 12, verse 1. And Rehoboam went to Shechem, for all Israel were come to Shechem to make him king. And it came to pass, when Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, who was yet in Egypt, heard of it, for he was fled from the presence of King Solomon, and Jeroboam dwelt in Egypt, that they sent.
So Jeroboam was Solomon's son. Solomon passed. Solomon died. Jeroboam take over as the new king, right? Read.
That they sent and called him. And Jeroboam and all the congregation of Israel came and spake unto Rehoboam, saying, Thy father made our yoke grievous. Now therefore, make thou the grievous.
No, wait. Rehoboam become king. Not Jeroboam. Rehoboam become king. Verse 4.
Verse 4. Thy father made our yoke grievous.
So Jeroboam and all Israel congregation come to Rehoboam because he was the new king. Right? Read.
Now therefore, make thou the grievous service of thy father and his heavy yoke.
Now remember, Jeroboam was from the northern kingdom. You with me? You guys read the history, right? Who don't know the history? Jeroboam was from the northern kingdom. So Jeroboam now heard Solomon die. He come to talk to Rehoboam, right? Read.
And his heavy yoke which he put upon us, lighter, and we will serve thee. And he said unto them, Depart yet for 3 days, for then come again and to me. And the people departed.
So he told them, give me 3 days. Give me 3 days and come back, then I will have an answer for you. Right? Read.
And King Rehoboam consulted with the old men.
Consulted mean he counsel. That's the word consulted mean. He counsel with who?
The old men.
The old man. You know why he said the old man? This is the same old man who used to counsel his father. That's what he said, the old man. This man used to counsel his father, King Solomon. You're with me? Listen to this. Read.
That stood before Solomon his father.
Yep. Go ahead.
While he yet lived, and said, How do you advise that I may answer this people?
So he asked the old man, how would you tell me, what counsel would you tell me how to tell, what you think I should tell these people? Read.
And they spake unto him, saying, if thou wilt be a servant unto this people this day, and wilt serve them, and answer them, and speak good words to them, then they will be thy servants forever. But he forsook the counsel.
The old man said, if you do what Jeroboam said, they're gonna serve you. Be good to them, they're gonna serve you forever. In other words, they're gonna submit to you. You're gonna rule with no problem. Now, what verse you in?
Verse 8, Deacon.
Verse 8. Read verse 8.
But he forsook the counsel of the old men.
He said he's like, yo, I'm not taking this counsel of the old man. Now, this is that same old man who was with his father. He's like, no, I ain't listening to you. Read.
Which they had given him, and consulted with the young men.
So now, you know what he go to? He go with the young man with no experience. The young man who haven't been through nothing. This is what some of us do in IURC. This is what some of us do. Now, you got Bishop Netanyahu, who been around for over 30 years. You got Bishop Kanai, you got Bishop Yausap, you got the deacons, you got the captains, who been around for years. What some of y'all do? No, I'm going to go to the young man. Some of you go to the young man for marriage counsel. The young man is not even married yet. The young man is 24 years old. He's counsel a grown-ass man about his marriage. When you ask the young man, you married? No. You're crazy. This is how crazy we become. So that's what he did. He went to the young man who haven't been through nothing. Nothing. He went to the young man. You know why he went to the young man? Because the old man didn't tell him what he wanted to hear. Read.
That were grown up with him, in which
the young man that's grown up with him. Yeah, his friend. That little craziest little friend. Oh, I know some of you love those crazy friends. I see sisters doing it too, not only brothers. Read.
Which stood before him, and he said unto them, what counsel give ye, that we may answer this people?
So he asked the young man, what type of counsel are you going to give me so that I may answer the people? Read.
Who have spoken to me, saying, make the yoke which thy father did put upon us lighter. And the young men that were grown up with him spake unto him, saying, thus shalt thou speak unto this people that spake unto thee, saying, thy father made our yoke heavy, but make thou it lighter unto us. Thus shalt thou say unto them, my little finger shall be thicker than my father's loins. And now, whereas my father did lay unto you with a heavy yoke, I will add to your yoke. My father.
You see what counsel the young man give him? Because of the young man counsel, some of you know the history, right? The kingdom ended up split in two because he didn't take the old man counsel. We have you see this. You see Wilboam. What is them?
Rehoboam Deacon.
Wilboam's spirit is in IURC right now, today. Yep. Because I see brothers come, sisters come, ask for counsel. They do the opposite. What you tell them. I had a situation where there's a young man who was talking to a young sister. I told the young man, listen, the sister is not going nowhere, by the way. I said, she's so into you. And I don't know. You know what I said to him? I said, between us, she hooked. That's what I said to the young man. I said, bro, listen, you see that young sister? She ain't going nowhere. I said, because of that, you should use that into advantage. I said, send her to school. Send her back to school. She's very young, 20-something. I said, send her back to school. She ain't going nowhere. I can tell the way she talked on the phone. She really into you. I say, use that. Send her back to school. Let her get a degree. I say, you know why? If you fall, she can help you. But I say, right now, if you fall, both of you are going to end up being homeless. You know what the young man did? The young man said, okay. Not even a month past, the young man did the opposite of what I told him. Now, they have not even 2 years of marriage, they're going to hell. Because the young man didn't listen the acid at the young man got with bohem spirit. He didn't listen. He did the opposite of what I told him. And if he had done what I told him, believe me, the sister, I already see it. The sister ain't going nowhere. I said, hey, bro, that's a good thing. She ain't going nowhere. And I said, she only can go, I said, whatever she going to learn, just a year and a half. Get that degree, because you never know. You never know what's going to happen. Nope, he don't listen. He's horny, she's horny. The counsel. That's why the scripture said, brothers, listen to counsel. And never expect any brothers or anybody who give you a counsel who tell you what you wanted to hear is because they don't like you. That's hate. I'm just telling you straight. When you go to counsel, don't go to counsel, I will make up your mind, because that's evil. Give me Sirach 37:8. Most High God put that in the scriptures for a reason. Why would he put it in there if it's not important? And today, listen, let me tell you guys, man, you guys got no excuse. There's no excuse when it comes to counsel, because you got so many people in this. You got so many people around you. But some of you love headache. That's one thing about Israel. Israel love drama. Give me verse 8.
The book of Sirach, chapter 37, verse 8. Beware of a counselor and know before what need he'd have.
So he said, beware of a counselor. In other words, before you counsel somebody, be very careful what that person want. That's what he's saying. Because some people counsel based on what they want. Read.
For he will counsel for himself, lest he cast a lot upon thee.
So in other words, there's something happened a couple of years ago in IURC. A brother come to another brother, counsel about his wife. The officer told the brother to leave his wife. The brother leave his wife. A couple of months later, the brother showed up in the congregation with the brother wife. Yes, that happened in IURC. Yes, that happened in IURC. So he counseled for himself. That happened in IURC. Be very careful who you counsel with. Remember the scripture say, out of 1,000, pick one counselor. He didn't say pick the whole 1,000. So out of 1,000, make sure you know who you counsel with. Especially some of these sisters. I see sisters doing that a lot. You got a sister who just walked to the door. She don't know anything. She just knew. You got a sister who burning the truth. She go and counsel and tell that sister her business. The sister just walk in. Why would you trust somebody who don't even know anything yet? Give her time to get her mind right. Tell her business, and then that sister go and put her business all out. Now she's mad. Why are you mad? You an idiot. You stupid. Why would you tell a sister that just walked to the door something about your marriage, that's going on in your house, about your marriage, about your husband? That makes no sense. That's what that's talking about. And there's another situation. There was a brother, he's married. A sister called him, a sister tell his wife, can your husband take me to the laundry? The wife agree. And it become normal. The sister took her husband. Yeah. The husband left her and ended up with that sister. Yeah. I think that brother passed away now. But yeah, that happened in IURC. Yeah. I'm just telling you all. Yep. Oh, go, can you take her to, yeah, he took her to the laundry, all right? Okay, so we talk about counselors, right? So now let's talk about our forefathers. Give me 2nd Ezra. Give me 2nd Ezra. Read verse 2nd Ezra chapter 1. Damn, this chair's making noise. 2nd Ezra chapter 1.
Verse 35?
No, start at verse 36. You're going to read verse 36. I believe it's verse 36 to verse 40. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me get it. No, start reading. Go ahead.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 36. They have...
No. Chapter 1, verse 36, if I'm not mistaken.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 1, verse 36. They have seen no prophets,
So it's talking about us today. We have seen no prophet. Go ahead.
yet they shall call their sins to remembrance
Uh-huh.
and acknowledge them. I take to witness the grace of the people to come, whose little ones rejoice in gladness, and though they have not seen me,
We are the little ones. We are the little ones. Read.
and though they have not seen me with bodily eyes,
So even though we haven't seen Christ with bodily eyes, none of us have seen Christ. But we have faith. We have faith. We are Israelite. We have faith. This kingdom is for us. We have faith. Christ is the King of Israel. We have faith. Christ is black. Without a shadow of a doubt. We know that. Read.
yet in spirit they believe the thing that I say.
In spirit, we believe the thing that the Bible said. Whatever the Bible said in spirit, we believe that. Remember Christ said, my sheep will hear my voice. In spirit, we believe this. We know without a shadow of a doubt, this book is for the so-called Negro, Hispanics, and the Native American Indian. We know without a shadow of a doubt, we are the 12 tribes of Israel. Read.
And now, brother, behold what glory, and see the people that cometh from the east,
The people that's coming from the east, read.
unto whom I will give for leaders,
And to whom I will give for leaders. You know what's so heavy about this? He said, and to whom I will give for leaders. Remember in the book, I think it's King. Remember the prophet Elisha? Elisha tell Mosai, there was a time Elisha thought every single prophet got wiped out. He thought he was the only one left. Mosai God said, no. I got 7,000 prophets you don't even know about. In other words, I got 7,000 leaders. You know what that scripture also said? These men today we are about to read out, they're on the earth today. Yeah, you don't know who they are. They're on the earth today. Read.
unto whom I will give for leaders, Abraham,
Our forefather Abraham,
Isaac,
our forefather Isaac,
and Jacob,
our forefather Jacob,
Oseas,
Hosea,
Amos,
Amos,
and Micheas,
Micah, that's Micah,
Joel,
Joel,
Abadias,
that's Obadiah,
and Jonas,
Jonah. Go ahead.
Nahum,
Nahum,
and Abeka,
Abacus,
and Zephaniah,
that's Zephaniah,
and Aggeus,
that's Agai,
and Zachary,
Zachary, that's Zachariah,
and Malachi,
and Malachi.
which is called also the angel of the Lord.
These men, that's us coming back today. I am my forefathers. Yes. We are the prophet that's coming back today. So I always tell brothers, when brothers reading the scriptures, they read it like it's foreign. No. Like it's something that they, listen, you have to, when you read this, you have to put yourself inside of this. You have to know, listen, this is me. I'm reading about me. We are our forefathers. We don't want to come back and continue this. Give me Obadiah 121. And I'm going to show you these men we just read about. This is them right there. Read.
The book of Obadiah, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
And saviors shall come up upon Mount Zion to judge
Read that again.
Verse 21. And saviors shall come up.
Saviors. Go ahead.
Shall come up on Mount Zion
Shall come up on Mount Zion, Israel.
to judge the Mount of Esau.
You know how you judge them out of Esau right now? By going out and teaching the word. The saviors is 144,000. Those are us. That's us. Those are the men we just, you see these men you just read about? That's them. Those are the saviors. We are the saviors of Israel, brothers. We are the leaders of Israel who come back to bring back the people back to Mosiah. That's us. We are our forefathers. We are the people Mosiah got delivered out of Mosiah got sent Moses to deliver out of Egypt. That's us. We are the saviors. From there, give me Jeremiah 1 and 10. So if you are your forefathers, you have to do what your forefathers do. Give me Jeremiah 1 and 10. Start at, let me see. Hold on. Start at verse 10.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 10. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms to root out.
So God said he set Jeremiah over the nations and over the kingdoms to do what?
To root out and to pull down.
To root out. To pull down. What Jeremiah trying to pull down? Is pulling down. It's the same thing. The philosophy. Because we all got the philosophy of America in our head. We got to pull them down. That's why we go in the street and teach. To pull down. Every philosophy, every garbage that's against the scriptures, we're going to have to pull it down out of our people's mind. Read.
And to destroy.
And to destroy.
And to throw down.
And to throw down. You know, yesterday, we went to, I was saying earlier, we went to Blackwall, the place used to be Black Wall Street, right? And I was telling Bishop, you know, because if I'm not mistaken, I think they filed lawsuit to get reparation from Oklahoma, right? And I was telling Bishop, you know what? Let's say they decide to give everybody $1 million. The people that thing affected in Oklahoma, right? With the mindset we have today, you really think $1 million is going to help? That's not going to help. As a matter of fact, after giving me $1 million, I know you got $1 million too, I'm going to try to rob them. That's the mindset we have today. It makes no difference if you give them $1 million or 50 million. It makes no difference. Because the mindset we have today, we will use that money to destroy each other. Back then, Esau burned it down. Today is going to be a Negro burn it down. The mice and the guy was giving us the talk. He was telling us the mindset they have back then, where they can have a barber shop right here, and the cost issue is not a barber shop, and there was not like competing with each other. There was not today you got a barber shop here, barber shop there. This guy right here go to social media, talk bad about this guy so he can shut down. Back then they didn't have that mindset. They did not have that mindset. Or he went until he closed down. He burned his barber shop because he competing. Back then they didn't have that mindset. Like back then in Black Wall Street, they didn't have that mindset. So today our mindset is totally different than the people back then mindset. That's why today it doesn't matter if you give these people $1 million or $50 million. They're going to use that money to destroy each other. You know how? If you give them that money, you have to change their mindset first. And you cannot change your mindset with money. It's got to be with the scriptures. It's got to be with the scriptures. So when Mosiah said, I have set thee up to be over the nations, over the kingdom, to root out, to pull down. We killing each other today like it's nothing. You can, listen, brother kill another one and they'll go home at breakfast. Like life to us mean nothing. But when you look in our history, it ain't used to be like that. That's what I'm telling you. Today, generation today, listen, it's like life doesn't mean nothing to us. But you know how earlier I was talking about those trauma, those psychological trauma? Those are passed to us from generation to generation. Because when you look at us as a people, the thing that happened to us in this country, we never get help from it. We never get help for it. So this trauma is passed from generation to generation. Now, all praise to Most High, the word of God is what's going to fix us, is what's going to bring us back, change the mindset. Because when I look at this brother, if I see Christ in him, I'm not going to do nothing that's going to hurt him. Because when I see him, I'm going to have to see myself. Because when I look in the mirror, I have to see Christ in me. So if I see Christ in me, when I look at him, I'm going to see Christ. So me, I'm looking at him, I'm looking at my picture. That's called the love of the brotherhood. I'm not going to sleep with his wife. That's my brother. I'm not going to hurt his children. That's my brother. But today mindset, we don't have that mindset today. Guess what? The only way I can have that mindset is through the scriptures. I cannot have that mindset without the scriptures. The scriptures. So the fear in my mind is, if I sleep with this man's wife, most likely going to kill me. He might not kill me, but most likely going to kill me. Because I got to get ready. Judgment is coming. That's the mindset you got to have. So go to where you at.
The end of chapter 10.
Give me Matthew 10. We're going to read 2 to 7. Because, brothers, we got a job to do. We are our forefathers. We got a job to do. We're going to do the same job our forefathers was doing. That's what Nehemiah was doing. That's what Jeremiah was doing. That's what Isaiah was doing. That's what Jacob was doing. Malachi was doing. Habakkuk, the prophet, was doing. We are those prophets who come back. We're going to do the same thing we've been doing from the beginning. We build back the nation of Israel. Matthew 10. Start at verse 2.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 2. Now the names of the 12 apostles are these. The first, Simon, who is called Peter, and Andrew his brother, James the son of Zebedee, and John his brother, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the publican, James the son of Alphaeus. And
so
Levi.
You think these men is not in the earth today? The scripture says these men are the saviors. You actually think these men is not in the earth today? Most of guys not going to reveal who they are. These men is in the earth today. They come back to the same thing they did with Christ. These men is in the earth today. As a matter of fact, there's a scripture where Christ actually tell you John is going to be on the earth when he come back. These men in the earth today. Job tell you he's going to be here when Christ come back. The prophet Job, he told you that. So these men in the earth today. Read. What verse I say you're going to read them to? You're going to read up to verse 7. Read. Do you guys notice when you're reading the Apostles' Christ call? You guys didn't notice that none of them asked questions, they just drop everything they left? You guys never asked yourself, why is that? As soon as they follow me, whatever they was doing, they drop it, boom, they follow. They didn't say, who are you? They didn't say nothing. Remember what Christ said? Christ said, my sheep hear my voice. You know why they do that? Because they hear it before. They already know that was them back then, that's them again. So some of you hear by what? You was in YouTube, you watching a video, right? It was an accident. You think it was an accident. You was in your computer one day, you looking, and a video pop out. You be like, okay, what the hell is this? Israelite. Let me click on it. And then you start watching. And then you start watching. You start watching. Be like, okay, why can I turn this off? You start watching. You start watching. You be like, okay, what's going on here? And then you start watching. You be like, wait a minute. No way. Let me grab my Bible. No way. What this guy is talking about? No way. And then you start following. Be like, oh shit, he's right. Oh damn, I didn't know that was there. Oh damn. Oh wow, I've been reading this. You're like, hey mom, come look at this. In your mind, you're thinking it's a coincidence. Let me give you a little secret. There is no coincidence with Mosiah. That's not in the Bible. Everything happened for a reason. There is no coincidence. There's none. Some of you, it was the blood who was teaching in the street. You walking by, you're like, what this guy is talking about? What this guy in purple is talking about? Hey, what your guys talking about? Hey, some of you, it's so strange to you. You go, what Bible you reading? You reading from? You're like, I'm reading King James Bible. I got a King James Bible at home. Is that in there? Oh yeah, he's in there. You never open it. It's not a coincidence. Some of you hear the word 5 years ago. But you are coming out right now. You don't think. You remember the scripture said, time and chance is given to all men. Some of us is not going to come the same time. There's a time. God already appointed a time for you to repent to come in. Remember Jeremiah, right? Jeremiah chapter 1. It said, I have set you up over the nations. But when you, Jeremiah, I think 14 or 17, he told Jeremiah, when you come back, you're going to be the same with these people you're teaching right now. When you come back, you're going to bug out of your mind the same thing with them. That doesn't mean Jeremiah is going to repent. So, it's not a coincidence. There is no coincidence with Mosiah. What verse you in?
Verse 3.
Read.
James the son of Alphaeus, and Lebbaeus, whose surname is Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him.
So he said Judas Iscariot. We're going to talk about Judas Iscariot later on. Judas Iscariot who also betrayed him. So why would I choose a man I know is going to betray me? Why would I become friend with this guy when I already know this guy is going to betray me later on? Remember what Christ said? The prophecy have to fulfill. The prophecy have to fulfill. He picked Judas Iscariot because the prophecy have to fulfill. And you know what's so heavy about this? Christ is the one who write it down. Okay, I know what I just said went over your head. Let's continue. I ain't saying nothing more.
Verse 5. These 12, Jesus.
What I'm saying is Christ already write down Judah was going to betray him. He already wrote about himself. Judah was going to betray him. So whatever he write in the prophets, remember he said, what did he say? I didn't come to what? To destroy. He said I come to do what? He said I come. He's also something about the prophets. You feel what he said about the prophets? What did he say about the prophets? Let's get that. That's not in my notes. Let's get that. Remember what Christ said about the prophets. What is that? Matthew. What is that? Matthew 5. What did he say about the prophets? Read verse. Hold on. 17. Read verse 17.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets.
He said, all the prophets. I did not come to destroy the law or the prophets. In other words, I did not come to destroy what the prophet's saying. What did he come to do?
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
To fulfill what the prophet's saying. Remember, Christ only fulfilled the sacrificial law, right? But he said, I did not come in to destroy what the prophet's saying. Whatever the prophet's saying, it was me who was talking. Remember, there's another scripture that said the spirit of Christ was in the prophets. So whatever the prophet was saying, it was Christ who was actually talking. It wasn't the prophets. I know some of you thinking you're a great teacher when you go in the street. You mighty than thou. No, it's not you who's talking. It's Christ that's talking through you. That's what he's saying. That's why he say I was in all the prophets. Same thing today, no difference. When you're in the street, you're teaching. You ever go back and watch yourself teaching? And you saying, oh, did I say that? It wasn't you saying it. It was the spirit that's to cover. The spirit of Christ that's to cover you was saying that. It wasn't you. I know some of you thinking you are, oh, I'm mighty, I'm this. No. Go back.
The book of Matthew chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles, and in any city of the...
What verse you want?
Verse 5, Deacon.
Hold on. Do I want to go? All right, go ahead. Read.
I'm going to read it over.
No. Continue reading.
Okay. And
wherever you left off, continue.
Okay. And into the city
Hold on. It's 12. It's 12. That means it's 1, right? Am I got it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got into 3. No. Do I got it? No. I got into 2, right? Into 2. Okay. So I got... No. I got into 2 here. So, wait a minute. I got 1 more hour left? Oh, dang. All right, read. I want to make sure I didn't go over Bishop Kanai.
And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Read.
And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Read. No. Read that again. Say what?
And as ye go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
So preach repentance. Preach repentance. That's what all of us must do. I'm going to move a little faster. Give me 1 King. No, you know what? Skip 1 King. Give me Jeremiah 11. Read verse 6 to 12.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 11, verse 6.
Even though we are forefathers, some of our forefathers don't follow them. Remember our forefathers that was in the wilderness with Moses? That was rebellious as hell. Trust me, you don't want to be like these guys. Do you remember what Mosiah did to them? He killed all of them. You don't want to be like these guys. Oh, we got those spirit come back today. We got those spirit today. Rebellious as hell. Guess what Mosiah going to do? This, those same thing, kill all the spirit. It's the same thing. You know, different. You don't want to be like those guys. Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 11, verse 6. Then the Lord said unto me, proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant.
So the prophet Jeremiah, Mosiah God told Jeremiah, I want you to read that again.
You start from the top?
Yep.
Verse 6. Then the Lord said unto me, proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah.
So when he said proclaim, he said teach. Teach all these words, say all these words in the street of Judah. So it wasn't Jeremiah's word. God put the word in Jeremiah's mouth. He said, hey, this is what I want you to tell Judah. Read.
And in the streets of Jerusalem.
And where?
And in the streets of Jerusalem.
In the street of Jerusalem. In the street of Jerusalem. The prophet always go in the street and teach. Because I see some Israelites just to be on the internet, in the computer. No. No. There was no computer back then. There was no internet. The prophet always go in the street and teach the word because that's where our people are. That's where, listen, a lot of, believe it or not, majority of our people is not in social media. That's why we got to go in the street and teach the word. That's where they at. Read.
Saying, hear ye the words of this covenant.
This is what Jeremiah is saying. What did he say?
Hear ye the words
what was you in?
Verse 6 at the bottom of 60.
All right, go ahead.
Hear ye the words of this covenant.
Hear the word of the covenant.
And do them.
And what?
And do them.
And what?
And do them.
Read.
For I earnestly protested unto your fathers in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Egypt, even unto this day, rising early and protesting, saying, obey my voice.
God said, I was the one who was talking to you, forefather. I bring you forefather out of Egypt. I give them laws. I told them, hey, obey my voice. Read.
Yet they obeyed not.
You see, this is what you don't want to be. You don't want to be these men, our forefather that was in the wilderness with Moses, that was disobey Mosiah God's laws. Read.
Nor inclined their ear, but walked everyone in their imagination.
Because all of them was evil. So these men, they every day what they were doing, complaining. Mosiah God hated complainer. Complaining. Read. These men it was so bad, they cost Moses the promised land. That's how bad these Negroes was. Moses was so mad, they cost Moses the promised land. Read.
Of their evil heart.
Of their evil heart.
Therefore I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do, but they did them not. And the Lord said unto me, a conspiracy.
Hold on. What was the covenant Mosiah God ordered them to do? Anybody? What was the covenant? You guys forget the covenant? Mosiah have a covenant with them. What was the covenant? He told you right there. He gave them the law. He told them to do the law. That was the covenant. He's in the verse. Why, you guys not read? Not pay attention? He's in the verse. Read verse.
At the bottom of 8.
Read verse bottom of 8 again.
The bottom of verse 8. I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant.
The word of this covenant is the law. Is the law, animal sacrifice. That's the word of the covenant. Read.
Which I commanded them to do.
I commanded them to do.
But they did them not.
But they were rebellious. Read.
And the Lord said unto me, a conspiracy.
What is the new covenant? Christ. We still got to do the law, but we're under Christ. Christ is the new covenant. Christ is the new covenant. This is the animal. This covenant is the animal sacrifice. The old covenant is the animal sacrifice. The new covenant is Christ. Read.
A conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They have turned back to the iniquity of their forefathers.
They have what?
They have turned back to the iniquity of their forefathers.
Some of us turned back to the sin of our forefathers. You're talking about our forefathers that was in the wilderness, that was rebellious. Those spirits, some of these spirits is not what I see today. Those same spirit. Because the brother said, the brother wake up, the brother said, I got a big revelation. We don't have to keep the Passover no more. We can eat chicken. We can do whatever the hell we want in Passover. I got another revelation. We don't have to do. The Sabbath is from morning to morning. God revealed a big revelation to me. Negro, you crazy. Those are the same spirit that was in the wilderness with Moses. God had to kill. And God is going to kill them again. Read.
Which refused to hear my words.
Uh-huh.
And they went after other gods to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Judah.
When you start changing God's laws, you went after another God. Yes. When you start changing God's laws, you went after another God. A lot of these brothers in social media call themselves Israelite. No, they're worshiping another God. They think they're still an Israelite. They think they're still in the truth. No, they're worshiping another God. Because I'm sure our forefathers in the wilderness, as rebellious as they were, they thought they were still in the truth too. Until Most High God put all of them to death. Read.
Have broken my covenant which I made with their fathers.
Uh-huh.
Therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape.
Same thing's going to happen today. Read.
And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them.
Uh-huh.
Then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods unto whom they offer incense. But they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble.
In the time of their trouble. From there, damn, I got more, but all right, let's talk about loyalty. Hey, give me the definition of loyalty. Can you see that? Can you read this?
Yes, sir.
Some of us have no idea what the word loyal mean. What it mean to be loyal? Read.
Loyalty, the quality of being loyal.
I am. Remember, we're talking about I am that I am. I am loyal. The quality, what it mean to be loyal. Read.
Her loyalty to her husband of 34 years.
Uh-huh.
A strong feeling of support or allegiance.
Allegiant.
Plural noun, loyalties.
All right, read some of the similar. Read some of this stuff. Let me see.
Similar, allegiance.
Hey, go all the way up. No, go up. Go up. Hold on, stop right here. Press on the what is true meaning of loyalty. Press on that. Read that. Can you read?
Yes, sir. What is the true meaning of loyalty? When you Google the word loyal, the definition is giving or showing firm or constant support or allegiance to a person or institution.
That's what I want. To a person or institution. Because I heard people say, I'm not loyal to no Negroes, I'm only loyal to Christ. But the same man, he never met Christ. Never met Christ. So I'm loyal to Christ, but this brother right here next to me, I hate him. But I'm loyal to Christ. Okay, Negro. You're lying to yourself now. When did you meet Christ? If you hate the man next to you, you hate Christ too. Because the man next to you, he got an image just like Christ. What is with the one that's the loyalty is genuinely.
Loyalty is genuinely having their best interests at heart and ensuring that relationship is reciprocal.
Okay. All right. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show you guys what the meaning true loyalty mean based on the scriptures. Watch this. I want you to go to 2 Samuel. There was some loyal men in Israel. And there is still loyal men in Israel. Men that you can trust, men that's going to betray you. I want you to go to 2 Samuel 23. Watch this. Now, after we read this, you're going to have to ask yourself a question. Am I loyal or am I faking it? It's going to be up to you. You're going to have to ask yourself that question. Am I really loyal or am I a faker? Because some of us is a bunch of fakers. Some of us just waiting. I'm just going to sit here. I want to be, today's Saturday, I could have been in the club. I could have been in the I couldn't go to the baseball. I could have go to the football match. Now I'm here listening to these niggas talking about scriptures. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until something happens and I'm going to leave because I'm going to use that to say they're evil. Yeah. You're going to ask yourself a question today. Am I loyal or am I a fake? Read.
What verse, Deacon?
You're gonna read from verse 8.
Yes, sir.
Start at verse 8. I'm gonna jump around.
Okay.
Start at verse 8.
2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 8. These be the names of the mighty men whom David had.
So King David walked with a lot of mighty men. I'm talking about men that didn't play no game. Read.
The Techmanite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. And the same was Adino, the Ezonite. He lift up his spear against 800, whom he slew at one time.
So this man killed 800 men by himself. That's what you call a mighty man. Read.
And after him was Eleazar, the son of Dudo, the Ahoite, one of the three mighty men with David. And when they defied the Philistines that were there gathered together to battle, and the men of Israel were gone away, he rose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand clave unto the sword. And the Lord wrought a great victory.
Jump to verse 12.
Verse 12. But he stood in the midst of the ground and defended it, and slew the Philistines, and the Lord wrought a great victory. And the 3 of the 30 chief went down and came to David in the harvest time.
Hold on. Jump to verse 15.
Verse 15. And David longed and said, oh, one would give me drink.
No, read it the right way. Read it again.
Verse 15. And David longed and said, oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate.
So David was just talking. David said, man, I wish somebody would have given me some water at Bethlehem, in the water well of the Bethlehem. In other words, that's probably was one of the best water, his best water. So David was just saying, right? Read.
And the 3 mighty men break through the host of the Philistines.
3 mighty men heard David said that. They get up. They remember where David say he want the water. There was the army of Philistines was there. Those 3 mighty men, they heard David said that. They get up. What did they do?
And 3 mighty men break through the host of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem.
Now, stop. I want you guys to imagine what's just happened. Because we just read that. We read this, you have to put yourself there. I want you guys to think. Think. You got a war going on. The Philistine is one side, Israel is one side. The Philistine is blocking the water. 3 men go and break to the host of the Philistine to take water. Think about it. Think about it. 3 men go and start killing the Philistine so they can draw water in a well. Now, I know what some of you think right now. Some of you think it was a water sink. No. I don't know how many of you ever been in the countryside. See, me, I'm from Haiti. We know what a well is. Some of you don't even know what a well is. You know what a water well is? Who know what a water well is? A water. So you know, to draw water in a well, you have to throw that thing, what you call the bucket down, and a rope. The bucket filled, now you have to pull it up. Think about it. How the hell the man is pulling the water up and he's killing people? So it had to be one of them pull the water up while the other 2 is defending him. This is some heavy stuff right here. You know what that's called? That's loyalty. That's how much loyalty these men have in David. That's how much loyalty they have to David. These men put their life in the line to get water for David. You cannot put a price on that loyalty. You cannot. Today, you not even put your life in their damn line. You got niggas betrayed you. These men put their life in the line for water. To get David water. Keep on reading.
That was by the gate, and took it, and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink thereof.
Listen to this. Now, I want you to think again. After they took the water from the well, one of them have to carry the water, make sure the water is not spilled, right? How the hell he do that? When they bring the water to David, David said, I don't want to drink it now. These men just put their life on the line to bring this man water. After they bring them the water, he said, I'm not drinking that water. My friend, that's loyalty. That's what you call a true friendship. That's what you call a true loyalty. You cannot put a price on that. This is the loyalty Most High God wants us to have towards each other. This is the loyalty you got to have towards each other. Because remember in Genesis, he said, am I my brother keeper? Yes, we are our brother keeper. Today, you don't see, some of you was in the street. There's a court in the street. You don't snitch. You know what that's another word for that? Loyalty. The police have a code of silence. It's called loyalty. That's why I said a lot of us don't know what the word loyalty means. You guys have no idea what the word loyalty means. I see men went to Bishop Kanai's house, eating, drinking. While they're eating and drinking with him and while his wife and kid, they recorded him. And they put on social media. Where's the loyalty on that? Now, I want you to think about this. If you're in my house all the time, me and you drinking, eating, there's a chance you can poison me. I hope you guys understand that. Because I'm trusting you now. I can leave my drink right there, go to the bathroom. How do I know you didn't put nothing in there? Brothers, you cannot be in this truth. There is no loyalty. That makes absolutely no sense. You said, I'm not loyal to you, I'm loyal to Christ. Did you ever meet Christ? Did you ever sit in the same table, eat with Christ? Did you ever sit in the same table, drink with Christ? There is a chance you can kill me. I let you inside my house, you inside my bedroom. Because listen, if I'm close to you, I'm really close to you. You come in my house, I'm not watching you. Why? Why would I watch you? Why? I know you for years. You always in my house. I'm always in your house. Your wife know my wife. Your kids play with my kids. Why would you come to my house? I'm watching you. Why would I want to do that? Where's the trust? We're supposed to be brothers. We're supposed to be in this. Why would I do that? So that means you can actually poison not only me, you can poison my whole family. You can. No loyalty. But these men, they break to thousands of men to get David water. A water David's not even going to drink. This is the loyalty we're talking about. You don't see that loyalty in Israel today. But I tell you one thing, that loyalty is in IUIC. You can take that to the bank. Because I know men that I've been around for years. And those are good men. Let's read on. What verse you in?
The end of verse 16.
You're in verse 16. Remember, I only got 30 minutes left. Verse 16. Hold on.
At the end, Deacon.
Yes. Read verse 16. Finish with 16.
But poured it out unto the Lord.
Uh-huh.
That was it.
Pours out into the Lord. So David took the water. He pours out to the Lord. Now, I want you to go to... Hey, go to 2 Maccabees. I want to show you guys something. Go to 2 Maccabees. I'm going to show you something our forefather Maccabee did. 2 Maccabee, chapter 11. Start at verse 18. Read verse 18 and 19.
The book of 2 Maccabees.
Again, I'm not going to read the whole thing. I think you guys should know that the history about Maccabees. Read, go ahead.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 11, verse 18. Therefore, what things... 2 Maccabees, chapter 11, verse 18. Therefore, what things soever were meant to be reported to the king, I have declared them, and have granted as such a might be. If then you will keep yourselves loyal to the state.
So this guy, what is his name? I think his name was Lucius.
Lysis.
What's his name? Lysias.
Yes, sir.
Lysias want Maccabeus to submit his loyalty to the state. This is the Greeks. You guys remember, this is the Greeks. So he want him to give his loyalty to the king. Right? Read.
Hereafter also I will endeavor to be a means of your good. That's it.
Hold on. Let me see something here. I want you to go back. I want you to read verse 15 and 16.
Yes, sir. 2 Maccabees chapter 11, verse 15. Then Maccabeus consented to all that Lysias had desired, being careful of the common good. And whatsoever Maccabeus wrote unto Lysias concerning the Jews, the king granted it. For there were letters written unto the Jews from Lysias, to this effect: Lysias unto the people of the Jews sendeth greetings.
So this man want our forefather Maccabeus to submit his loyalty to the king. So we all know Maccabeus was a no. So we went to war with them, right? So what I'm showing you is that the reason I go there is because I was going to show you how I'm not saying to be loyal to the heathen, but when it comes to your own brothers, your own sisters, that's what I'm talking about. You guys understand? That's why I went there. So let's go to give me I'm going to jump. I'm going to skip. I got a lot, but I'm going to jump. Give me Sirach 29. I'm not going to have a chance to go to all of it. Sirach 29, read verse 14 to 18. No, actually, read verse 1 and 2.
The book of Sirach, chapter 29, verse 1. He that is merciful will lend unto his neighbor, and he that strengtheneth his hand keepeth the commandments. Lend to thy neighbor in time of his need, and pay thou thy neighbor.
Hold on. Do I got the right one? Hold on. I think I got the wrong one. Hold on. You know what? Jump that. I think I got the. Give me Matthew 26. Let's read verse 4. Let's read verse 14 and 16.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 14. Then one of the 12, called Judas Iscariot.
So, remember I told you guys we were going to talk about Judas Iscariot. Read.
Went unto the chief priest.
So Judas Iscariot went to the chief priest. Read.
And said unto them, what will ye give me? And I will deliver him unto you.
So he asked the chief priest. Remember we were talking about the spirit of covetousness earlier? He told the chief priest, what you going to give me that I might deliver Christ to you? Read.
And they covenant with him for 30.
So they make a covenant with Judas Iscariot for 30 pieces of silver. Read.
For 30 pieces of silver. And from the time he saw opportunity to betray him.
So now, I want you guys to think about this. I want you guys to really think. Judas Iscariot. Judas Iscariot see Christ raise people from the dead. Judas Iscariot see Christ walk on water. Judas Iscariot see Christ perform miracle where Christ says, stretch out your arm. Judas Iscariot see Christ perform a lot of miracles. But Judas Iscariot was so covetous. I want you guys to think. He still betrayed him. Where's the loyalty? He betrayed the Son of God. He betrayed the man himself. Judas Iscariot was able to betray him. Now, I want you to think also, Christ ate with Judas Iscariot. Christ drank with Judas Iscariot. Think about it. Same table. Read.
That was in the 16. Let me keep going.
No. We're going to jump around, brother. Verse 14. Jump to verse 14 to 18. No, whoa. Sorry. You with verse 16, right?
Yes, sir.
Nope. Jump to chapter. Hold on. Jump to verse 21. You're gonna do 21 to 24.
Yes, sir. Verse 21. And as they did eat, he said, Verily I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me.
So Christ said, one of you is going to betray me. Remember, they're sitting there. I want you to think. They're sitting at a table like this. They're eating. They're drinking. Christ said, one of you is going to betray me. Read.
And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him.
So the other apostles, there's like, we are? Which one of us? What's going on? Read. Because they know, the other apostles know, listen, my loyalty is to you. Why would I betray you? Read.
Lord, is it I?
So now they start questioning themselves. Is it me? Who's going to betray you? Me? I'm not going to betray you. Read.
And he answered and said, He that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me.
So Christ said, the man that's pick food in that same table with me, same plate with me, is the one who's going to betray me. Read.
The Son of Man goeth as it written of him. But woe
What
unto...
verse you in?
Verse 24.
Yeah, read that.
The Son of Man goeth as it is written of him. But woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed.
Read verse 25 also.
It had been good for that man if he had not been born.
So Christ said it would have been better for that man not to be born. Christ is going to say a lot to some brothers and sisters to call themselves Israelite because you a traitor. Yes, because we got the blood that used to be with us. He went to the enemy about us, saying we a hate group. That's a traitor. That's a traitor. You a traitor. I don't care how long you fringes. I don't care how many music you put in Israel. You think you're still in the truth. I don't care what your wife said. You and your wife are traitors. You a traitor. You always going to be a traitor to this truth. You a traitor. That's what you are. Read.
Then Judas, which betrayed him, answered and said, Master, is it I? He said unto him, Thou hast said.
You see that? He said, Is it me? Christ said, Yeah. You have said, yeah, it is you. You a traitor. Now jump to what verse you just read?
I just finished verse
Jump
25.
to verse 45. You're gonna do 45 to 50.
Matthew chapter 26, verse 45. Then cometh he to his disciples and said unto them, Sleep on now and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners.
The Son of Man what?
Is betrayed into the hands of sinners.
The hand of who?
The hands of sinners.
The hand of wicked Negroes. Read.
Rise, let's be going. Behold, Rise, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that doeth betray me.
He at hand that do betrayed me. Read.
And while he yet spake.
You know the difference is? The difference between Christ and us. Christ no. We don't. That's why I told you earlier, the men could have poisoned you and your whole family. You don't know. To you and your mindset, you know, that's my brother. I love this man. I love his wife. I love his children. But in the back of his mind, he's waiting for the time to come to betray you. That's some wicked Negro. While he's eating, drinking with you, laughing, joking, he got his little tape recorder in his pocket, recording everything you say. And then he put it on social media. That's a traitor nigga right here. And some of you still friend with him. Some of you stuck to him on the phone. That's a traitor. That's not a loyal dude. I would ever trust a guy like that again. Some of you, seriously, you cannot be trusted. That's a traitor. Read.
Verse 47. And while he yet spake, lo, Judas, one of the 12, came, and with him a great multitude with swords and staves from the chief priests and the elders of the people. And now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, Whomsoever shall I kiss,
I shall kiss. Read it again, boy.
Whomsoever.
No, read the whole verse again. Verse 48.
Verse 48.
You butcher the whole thing.
Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, Whomsoever I shall kiss, that same is he. Hold him fast.
That's the kiss of death. You know when blood come? Blood's like this. Shalom, blood of Most High, bless. That's the kiss of death right there. That's what you call the salute of death. Whoever you see me salute, whoever you see me give the biggest salute. Shalom. Some brothers try to break your arm. Their shalom is so heavy. Some brothers go like this. Most time God's blessed. I'm like, boy, you're gonna break my arm. The heavier the shalom, the heavier the betrayal. Yep. When the time come, he had no problem betrayed you. No problem betrayed you. That's a traitor. That's why I say, listen, black people, we have no idea what the word loyalty mean. We cannot even spell that word. Let me tell you something, right? I was watching the news. You guys remember what happened in January in the Capitol with Donald Trump followers? Do you know the Republican, the same people that's run from those rioters? Do you know now they say it wasn't riot, it was tourists because they want to back Donald Trump up? That's called loyalty. I'm telling you, black people have no idea what the word loyalty mean. White people will, in a drop of a dime, they will betray the Negro for their own kind. Not us. Oh, no, not us. Us, we betrayed each other for the other nations. But the other nations know what loyalty mean. We don't know what loyalty mean. We betrayed our own brothers for the other nation. The black woman, we betrayed the black man for the white man. We don't even think about it. No loyalty. We don't know. I'm telling you, a lot of us don't have no idea what that means. Just like the wife who go and cheat on her husband. She have no idea what the word loyalty mean. She don't know. What her excuse is? I'm mad. I was mad. Just like last week, Bishop was reading that sister who was talking to that man on social media talking about I love you. And now she regretted. She want her husband back. That sister, she cannot spell loyalty. So you're going to betray your husband because you're mad at him? You're going to go sleep with another man because you're mad at your husband? You have no idea what loyalty means. You don't know. You cannot even spell loyalty. We don't need people on the planet Earth like that, by the way. We can betray each other like a drop of a dime, just like that. But last night, that same brother was at my house eating, drinking with me. That's something crazy, man. This morning, the brother go, yeah, I never like you. But brother, we was chilling last night. Yeah, I never like you. Loyalty. You finished that?
Verse 49.
You in verse 49? Read.
And forthwith he came to Jesus and said, Hail, Master, and kissed him.
And kissed him. Kiss of death. Read.
And Jesus said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come? Then came they and laid hands on Jesus and took him.
Betrayed Christ. And he called him a friend. Oh, we have that in IUIC 2 years ago. People that Bishop Kanai thought was his friend. They had to give Bishop Kanai got the wake-up call. Was his friend. Oh, he got the wake-up call. Those same friend, because of those same friend, his children end up sleeping in the cold damn floor. Come to his house, take all his furnitures. Furnitures that when they were friends that he give up. Now he said, no, you stole them. I'm telling you cannot make this. And those are still call themselves Israelite. Shalom, my brother. Most time God's blessed. Yeah, okay, Negro. Okay. People, you think it was friend. Okay. We don't have a lot of time. There's a sister. Let's talk about what it means to be a revolutionary man. Revolutionary woman. There's a sister named Asada Shako. This is what she said. She said, a revolutionary woman can't have a no reactionary man. If he's not about liberation, if he's not about struggle, if he ain't about building a strong black family, if he ain't about building a strong black nation, then he ain't about nothing. In other words, she said he's a nigger. That's what she's saying. So, saying that, a Hey, give me the definition of revolutionary. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Read that.
Revolutionary, involving or causing a complete or dramatic change. A revolutionary new.
No, don't read that part. Read the first part again. A what?
Involving or causing a complete or dramatic change.
Involving or causing a complete dramatic change. Now, go up. 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 Stop. Click on what does being a revolutionary mean. Read that.
What does being a revolutionary mean? A revolutionary person fearlessly advocates radical change.
Radical change. Radical change. Yes, we are about radical change. What is the radical change? We have to change the mindset of our people. You cannot change the mindset of a people if you are not revolutionary. Because guess what? By you try to change the mindset of the people, you will get killed. That's what it means. I hope you know why I'm going through this? Because some of you blood have no idea what you went to. You have no idea what you're doing. You're doing something where America spend billions of dollars try to keep our people in that mindset. You come, you try to change that mindset. Guess what, brother? Your life is on the line. I'm just telling you all straight. So don't say we didn't warn you. Your life is... Christ was the ultimate revolutionary man. The ultimate... The minute Christ said... I'm going to show you something. The minute Christ said this. What was that? I think it's Matthew 4, verse 17. Read Matthew 4, verse 17 right quick.
The book of
Matthew. See, this is the thing with y'all. Esau declared war on our people. You know what you're doing? You're playing video game. The minute Esau paint Jesus Christ as a white man, he declared war on you and your whole family. I'm just telling you straight. He declared war on you and your whole family. He declared war on your whole nation. But what you doing? The black man playing video game. Read.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 17.
The minute Christ said this.
From that time, Jesus began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
The minute, now I want you guys to listen. The minute you step out this door, you say to a brother, read. The brother read that. Read that again.
From that time, Jesus began to preach and to say, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
The minute you read that in the street, you declare war in America. You are a revolutionary man. Don't get it twisted, brothers. They are watching you. You are a revolutionary man. You declare war on America for you people. The minute you said this, you know what you're saying? I'm going to rebuild back the nation of Israel. That's what you're saying. I'm going to rebuild the black family. I'm going to rebuild the black marriage. I'm going to rebuild the black fatherhood. I'm going to rebuild the sisterhood. I'm going to rebuild the brotherhood. That's what you're saying. That's what I hope you know what you got yourself into. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. So be very careful. Because they're going to come for you. When you read in the scriptures, they come for all the prophets. They come for Christ, right? So what makes you think they're not going to come for you? You're a follower of Christ. Because you're teaching the same thing Christ said. You're telling our people to repent. You're telling people to change their mindset. What you think you're doing? You're doing the same thing Christ said. Christ was the ultimate revolutionary man. Christ was the best revolutionary man that ever walked the earth. The best. That's why they had to kill him. You guys don't understand. They had to kill him. They had to. To stop him, they had to kill him. Just like they killed all the apostles, Paul, they had to kill them. Because they were the ultimate revolutionary men, because they were the follower of Christ. So I just want you guys to understand what you get yourself into. But however, today I'm not going to read about the revolutionary man. I'm going to read about the revolutionary woman. Yes. We got revolutionary women in the Bible. We got them. Now, After I read the revolutionary woman, the sisters going to have to ask a question. Am I a revolutionary woman? Because let me tell you something, sisters. You cannot say you're a revolutionary woman, you calling your husband a bitch-ass nigga. No, you're not a revolutionary woman, you a nigga. Listen, I'm not sugarcoated for you. You cannot say you're a revolutionary woman, you talking to another man in social media and you married. No, you a nigga. There's a difference between a revolutionary woman or a nigga. I'm just telling you straight. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing today. I'm just telling you straight. After I read this, you got to ask yourself a question, sister. Am I a revolutionary woman? Remember what the sister said. For you to be a revolutionary man, you have to be married to a revolutionary woman. You cannot be a revolutionary woman, your husband is a nigga. Because some of you, we never met your husband. But you call yourself a revolutionary woman. Sister, stop lying to yourself. We're going to read about a couple of sisters. They were Israelite women. And they did not play no game. They did not play no game. You see when you read your sisters, when you read Proverbs 31, that's the revolutionary sister right there in Proverbs 31. Remember we said all your sisters they have to have the spirit of Proverbs 31. That's a revolutionary woman right there. Because he said earlier we read revolutionary mean drastic change. You sick and tired of what your people's going through, so you have to make drastic change. The only way you can do it is through the scriptures. Let's start with our sister Deborah. Let's go to the book of, what is that, King?
Judges?
No, Judges. Let's go to the book of Judges. Let's start with our sister Deborah. Hold on. Do I want to start with Deborah? Yeah, might as well. Let's start Deborah. I think it's Deborah, chapter 4.
Yes, sir.
Let's start with Deborah.
What verse?
Now, I did not write my notes down. You want to know why? Because I want to jump around to show you guys what it means to be a revolutionary woman. I didn't write this thing down. I just want to float. Now, you in chapter 4?
Yes, sir.
I want you to start with verse. You know what? Start at verse 1.
Judges.
I'm just going to jump around.
The book of Judges, chapter 4, verse 1. And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of the Lord, when Ehud was dead. And the Lord sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan, and reigned in Hazor, and the captain of the host of Caesarea, which dwelt in Hazazeth of the Gentiles.
So now, because the children of Israel did evil, God sold them into the enemies, right? So now, jump to verse 5.
Verse 5. And she dwelt under...
Nope, verse 4, sorry.
Verse 4. And Deborah, a prophetess.
Deborah was a prophetess. A prophetess, read.
The wife of Lapidoth. She judged Israel at that time.
She judged Israel at that time. You know, sisters use this to say women can be leaders in Israel. Keep on reading. Keep on reading. He's going to tell you.
And she dwelt under
if he's sure or not.
And she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah, between Ramah and Bethel in Mount Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment.
Mm-hmm.
And she sent and called Barak, the son.
At that time, Barak was the leader. She understand the order. She understand she was under Barak. She understand that. That's why she went and called Barak. Listen to what she told Barak. Read.
The son of Abinamam, out of Kadesh Naphtali, and said unto him, have not the Lord God of Israel commanded, saying, go and draw toward Mount Tabor?
She told Barak, then God commanded you to do something? What are you doing? Barak was weak. That's what he's saying. Barak was weak. But she understand, even though Barak was weak, she understand her role. I'm under this man. She said, then God tell you to do something? What are you doing? Read.
And take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali and of the children of Zebulun. And I will draw unto thee to the river Kishon, Caesarea, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariots, in his multitude, and I will deliver him into thine hand.
Listen to what Barak answered her.
And Barak said,
That's how you know Barak was a weak brother.
And Barak said unto her, if thou wilt go with me, then I will go. But if thou wilt not go with me, then I will not go.
What type of crap is this? This guy is crazy. This guy is the general. This guy is the leader of the army, military. This guy said, listen, this guy tell the woman, if you don't want to go, if you go with me, I'm going to go. But if you don't want to go, I'm not going nowhere. This guy is crazy. What type of leader is this? He told the woman, nah, I understand what you said. I understand everything you said, but if you're not going with me, I ain't going. I'm going to just sit there and chill out. While the other nation is destroying Israel, I'm just going to chill out. That's a weak man right there. And this is the man you don't want to be. This is the man you do not want to be. Because some sisters, they want their husband to be Barak. Yep. Sisters want to be Deborah, but they want their husband to be Barak. Hey, listen, nigga. You're going to do what I say. No. And she got the Timberland boots on. Listen, Deborah did not have a Timberland boots on. Deborah come humble unto talk to Barak. He said, listen, what are you doing? Then Mosai God said to go take 10,000 men, go over there. He's going to live with these enemies in your hand, kill them. What are you doing? The Negro said, yeah, I know what you're saying, but if you want to go with me, I'm not going. This is a man Mosai God committed. He said, I'm not going. Read. No, you in what verse you just read?
Verse 9, Deacon.
Verse 9. I'm going to jump around. Oh, verse 9. Read verse 9.
And she said, I will surely go with thee, notwithstanding the journey that thou takest shall not be for thine honor, for the Lord shall sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. And Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh.
Deborah said, okay, I'm going to go with you, but Mosai God is going to embarrass you. Mosai God is going to deliver that guy into me. Because you're weak. Mosai God is going to embarrass you. She said, okay, I'll go with you. That's showing you what type of mindset she had. That's the revelation woman right there. She wasn't afraid. She said, I'll go with you. That's showing you this is the mindset our sister should have today. That's the mindset our woman should have. That's what this right here. That sister was a revolutionary woman right there. Jump. I'm gonna jump because I'm not gonna have time to read the whole thing. Read. Jump to verse 14.
Verse 14. And Deborah said unto Barak, up, for this is the day in which the Lord hath delivered Sisera into thine hands. Is not the Lord gone out before thee? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him.
So Deborah pushed him to go. Hold on. Jump to verse. I want you to jump to verse 18. This is another sister. Her name was Jael. That's another sister. Read.
And Jael went out to meet Sisera.
No, I'm sorry. Verse 17.
Verse 17. Howbeit Sisera fled away of his feet, and the tent of Jael.
Remember, Sisera was the king of the other army, the other nations. So Barak destroyed the army. So now he run, right? Read.
To the tent of Jael, the wife of Heber, the Canaanite. For there was peace between Jabin and the king of Hazar, and the house of Heber the Kenite. And Jael went out to meet Sisera, and said unto him, turn in, my lord, turn in to me, fear not. And when he had turned in unto her into the tent, she covered him with a mantle. And he said unto her, give me, I pray thee, a little water to drink, for
jump to verse 21.
Verse 21. Then Jael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent.
So, you know what she did? She make them feel comfortable. She make them believe that everything is okay. She make them feel comfortable. What did she do? Now he fall into a sleep. What did she do?
took a nail of the tent, and took a hammer in her hand, and went softly into him, and smote the nail into his temples, and fastened it into the ground. For he was fast asleep and weary, so he died.
So she took a big ass nail and a hammer and she nailed it into his head and killed him while he was asleep. That's the military sister right there. That's the revolutionary sister right there. Because her mindset is, I'm going to deliver my people out of this guy's hand. That was her mindset. She didn't marry him. Yeah, I'm talking to your sisters who want to marry the white man. She didn't marry him. Because some sisters today, oh yeah, the white man cannot do no wrong. She didn't marry him. She killed him because she know that was the enemy of her people. That's the mindset our sisters gotta have today. Today, our sisters, because like I said, I gotta repeat that again. When I went to Black Wall Street yesterday, man. The thing that the white man done to our people, man, you cannot imagine. When you hear the history of what happened in that little town, you cannot imagine what happened, man. How they just come and just kill them, and they didn't even do nothing to them. Bunch of people was living in peace. They just come and kill them. And today the black woman got the nerve to marry that same man, that same people. You cannot make this shit up. Excuse my language. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. That's the woman that hate her people. I'm telling you straight, that's what it is. You hate your people. That's what it is. You have kids by them. The same men who destroy, who rape, who rob, murder you people. Today you have no problem, marry them. Lay in the bed with them. Like it's normal. Something's not right with your mind. Something's not right. And you got the nerve to call yourself a revolutionary woman. No, you a nigger. That's what you are. Go back. Jump. No. Continue reading down.
Verse 22. And behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Jael came out to meet him and said unto him, Come, and I will show thee the man whom thou seekest. And when he came into her tent, behold, Sisera lay dead, and the nail was in his temples. So God subdued on that day Jabin, the king.
That's it. Jump to chapter 5. Read 7 to 9.
Chapter 5, verse 7. The inhabitants of the villages ceased. They ceased in Israel until that I, Deborah, arose. That I arose a mother in Israel.
She said she was a mother to Israel. She didn't even consider herself as a leader. She said she was a mother to Israel. That's Deborah. Read.
They chose new gods. Then was war in the gates. Was there a shield or spear seen among 40,000 in Israel? My heart is toward the governors of Israel.
Read that again.
My heart is toward the governors of Israel.
Read that again.
My heart is toward the governors of Israel.
This is the sisters who said a woman can be leader in Israel. What Deborah said?
My heart is toward the governors of Israel.
She know the order. She said, my heart, my mind is towards the governor of Israel. She know the order. That was a righteous sister. That was a revolutionary sister. She know the order. She was not trying to overtake the man. She was not trying to overtalk the man. Because that's what sisters do today. They overtalk the husband. She was not trying to have the last word. She recognized the governor of Israel. She recognized the order. She knew where her place was. Read.
That offered themselves willingly among the people. Bless ye the Lord.
Bless ye the Lord. Go to Judith. Go to Judith. Oh, I'm going to show you. After today, your sister's going to ask, you're going to have to ask yourself, am I a revolutionary woman? Do I want change? Do I want change in my people? Do I want change in my nation? Do I want to make drastic change? Do I want to make radical change? What do I want? Who am I? Am I a revolutionary woman? Like I said, a revolutionary woman do not talk over the husband. A revolutionary woman do not call the husband a bitch-ass nigger. No. That's not a revolutionary woman. That's a nigger. That's what you call a nigger black woman in America today. and you was made in America. Judith, start at go to chapter. Let's start at chapter 4. And I'm just like we did that. I'm going to jump around too.
Yes, sir. Verse 1.
No, jump to verse 10.
Judith chapter 4, verse 10. Both they and their wives, and their children, and their cattle, and every stranger and hireling, and their servants brought with money, put sackcloth upon their loins. Thus every man and woman, and the little children, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem fell before the temple, and cast ashes upon their heads, and spread.
So, I don't know how many of you read the book of Judith. I'm going to just give you a little history. So, you got this guy. He was a general under Nebuchadnezzar. He was a captain of Nebuchadnezzar, right? He was a captain under the Assyrian. So this is what happened. This guy name, which is hold on. What was his name again?
Holofernes.
How can I say it? What did I say it? Holofernes. He was a general, right? What he was doing was he was going around conquer. Go against these places and conquer them, destroy the army and take the land for Nebuchadnezzar. So now, it was time now to come against the Israelite, right? So this is what we're talking about. So go back to chapter 4. Let's read. Hold on. So the children of Israel heard the reputation of this general, and when they found out it was time for them to come against him, they were afraid. So the children of Israel, all of them, take the clothes off, put ashes on their head, and they start praising to Mosai to deliver them out of this guy's hand, because they hear this guy, he ain't play no game. He have one of the most strongest army. So every army that's come in front of him, he destroyed them. So the Israelite was afraid of him, right? So they did what they always do. They go to Mosai to deliver them. So now jump to verse chapter 5.
Verse 1.
Start at verse 1.
Judith chapter 5, verse 1. Then was it declared to Holofernes, the chief captain of the army of Assur, that the children of Israel had prepared for war and had set up the passages.
Remember, the nations was so afraid of this guy. Some of them don't even bother going war with him. They just submit to him. But now he come to the children of Israel. The children of Israel say, no, we're not going to submit to this man. We're going to go to war. So now they tell him, hey, the children of Israel is prepared for war. Read.
And had set up the passages of the hill country, and had fortified all the tops of the high hills, and had laid impediments in the champion countries, wherewith he was very angry, and called all the princes of Moab, and the captains of Ammon, and all the governors of the seacoast.
So now, when he heard that, he was very mad. So now he called all the people of the land. Right? Read. Verse 3.
And said unto them, tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is that dwelleth in the hill country.
Remember, we always dwell in the hill countries. We always dwell up in the hill country. So he said, hey, these people are ready to go to war with me. Who are they? Tell me what type of people they are. Read. This is what they tell them. Read.
And what are the cities that they inhabit? And what is the multitude of their army? And wherein is their power and strength? And what king is set over them, or captain of their army?
So he said, tell me about these people. What type of people they are? What type of city they live in? What type of army they have? What type of strength they have? Where is their power line? Because remember, he's a general. If he going to war, he want to know what he's about to face. He want to know what his enemy have. So he asked Moab, hey, tell me about the people in the hill country. Other people bow down to me. They're ready to go to war. So they must have a stronger army than me. What type of people they are? Read.
And why have they determined?
No. I want you to jump again.
Okay.
Verse 6.
Verse 6. This people are descended of the Chaldeans, and they sojourn here thereof.
What you're going to notice when you read this? they know our history. They know our history because the guy he asked, he was a Moabite. The so-called Chinese today, he know our history. He went all the way, he so much know our history. He said these people are descendants of the Chaldean. He went all the way back to Abraham. So he read, that's them to same today. These people, they know our history. They know who we are. They're not going to tell you the Israelite, but they know you are the Israelite. They're not going to tell you that. Because if they tell you the Israelite, that means you above them. They're not going to tell you that. They took your nationality, they took your identity, they took everything from you. They say, hey, you African American, you Haitian, you Jamaican, you West Indies. They're not going to tell you you are the same people. But this Chinese guy, he know. Because they study our history. So now he's telling the journal what the people up there here, this is who they are. Read.
And they sojourned heretofore in Mesopotamia, because they would not follow the gods of their fathers, which were in the land of Chaldea.
Now, let's jump. Jump to verse 20.
Verse 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
He said, you see these people? If they sin in them, if they sin against their God, we're going to destroy them. We're going to overtake them. Verse 21. However,
if there be no iniquity in their nation,
if there is no sin in these people,
let my Lord now pass by.
You might want to leave them alone. Read.
Lest their Lord defend them.
Because God himself is going to defend them. Read.
And their God be for them. And we become a reproach before all the world.
You know what he's saying? If these people is not in sin, they're going to destroy you. You might want to pass by and leave them alone. And because they're going to embarrass you, and the whole other nation is they're going to embarrass you. The whole other nation is going to look at you. They're going to be like, oh, look at this guy. This guy was supposed to be the strongest army. The Israelites destroyed them. That's what he's saying. Because remember, God is always our defense. We fall because we sin. We was not supposed to fall. If we keep God's laws the way he tells us to keep it, remember what God said, we've been above all nations. But because we sin, God turned his back on us. That's why they was able to overtake us. Even today. That's why you see the cops is killing us in the middle of the street. Because we turn our back on the God of heaven. But opposed to Messiah, we are coming back now. We repented, coming back now. God always fight for us. Remember when I said to you earlier, they're going to come after you? Don't worry about that. When the time comes, God is going to stand up for you. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Just do the work. Keep the laws and do the work. When the time comes, God is going to defend us. As long as we stay in the scriptures, brothers, God will defend us. You don't have to worry about that. God is going to defend us because God is always the one who defends us. That's what this guy is telling him. He said, hey, listen, you see these people? If they're not sin, leave them alone, man. I'm telling you what now, they will destroy you. We're going to jump around again. Now, I want you to go to chapter 8. I want you to go to chapter 8. I want you to read from verse 10. No, hold on. I'm jumping around. I want you to read from verse. You know what? I don't know how fast you can read, but read verse 1. Start at verse 1.
Judith chapter 8, verse 1. Now at that time Judith heard thereof, which was the daughter of Merai, the son of Ox, the son of Joseph, the son of Aziel, the son of Alicia, the son of Ananias, the son of Gideon, the son of Raphaim, the son of Actio, the son of Elu, the son of Eliab, the son of Nathaniel, the son of Samuel, the son of Salicida, the son of Israel. And Manasseh was her husband, of her tribe and kindred, who died in the barley harvest.
So she married a brother from the tribe of Manasseh. Read.
For he stood overseeing them and bound sheaves in the field. The heat came upon his head, and he fell.
Verse 4. Jump to verse 4. Because we know that her husband died. Jump to verse
Verse
4.
4. So Judith was a widow in her house
So Judith was a widow.
3 years and 4 months.
So she was a widow for 3 years and 4 months. Now, verse 6.
And she fasted all the days of her widowhood, save the eves of the Sabbath and the
She
Sabbath.
did what? She what? She
And she
fasted
fasted
what?
all the days of her widowhood,
Uh-huh.
save the eves of the Sabbath and the Sabbath.
That sister was a righteous sister. She fasted for Israel. She always fasted for Israel. Jump to verse 7.
She was also of the goodly countenance and very beautiful to behold. And her husband Manasseh had left her gold and silver and men servants and maid servants and cattle and lands, and she remained upon them.
She was not a busted sister. She well kept. She was very beautiful, and she have a lot of money. Her husband left her a lot of money. She was very well kept in Israel, and they know who she is, and she was in Israel because she was a righteous sister. Verse 8.
And there was none that gave her an ill word. She feared God greatly.
You hear what they say about her? That sister have the fear of God in her. And people, and let me tell you something. When you fear God, people know that. People can see it through you. That particular sister, they know who she was. Jump to verse. I'm going to jump around. 16.
Verse 16. Do not bind the counsel of the Lord our God, for God is not as
So
man.
this is what happened. You got the governor at that time was, I think his name was Ozias.
Yes, sir.
Ozias. Ozias tell the people, hey, listen, I'm going to go to Mosiah, I'm going to pray. Because the people wanted to submit to that general. Because they was afraid. Ozias say, I want you two guys to go. After a couple of days, come back. I'm going to wait for Mosiah to respond. After a couple of days, if I don't hear nothing from Mosiah, I'm going to let you guys go submit to the people, to that general. And Judith went to the general, to the governor. He said, no. Whoa, you cannot do that. What you're trying to do, you testing God. You cannot do that. It's not up to you. You cannot just say, if I don't hear from God in 2 days, you're gonna. No, we cannot. She said, we cannot do that. She have a revolutionary mindset. She said, we're not gonna submit to them. We cannot do that. Listen. She know that was the wrong thing to tell the people. Even though she was not the governor, she went to the governor and explained to him, hey, we cannot do that. Now, that's what we're going to read about. I want you to jump to verse 16.
Verse 16. Do not bind the counsels of the Lord our God.
No, I'm sorry, verse 15.
Verse 15. For if he will not help us within these few days, he have power to defend us when he will, even every day, or to destroy us before our enemies. Do not bind the counsel of the Lord our God, for God is not as man, that he may be threatened, neither is he as the son of man, that he should be wavering.
So she said, you cannot do that. You cannot do that, right? Jump. I'm going to jump. We don't have a lot of time. I'm going to jump. Verse 28.
Verse 28. Then said Ozias to her, all that thou hast spoken thou spoken with a good heart, and there is none that may gainsay thy words.
Verse 29.
For this is not the first day.
Listen to what the governor told her. Verse 29.
For this is not the first day wherein thy wisdom is manifested.
So Josiah said to the sister, this is not the first time that your wisdom is manifest. So she known in Israel for fear God and having good wisdom. That was a righteous sister. Read.
But from the beginning of thy days, all thy people have known thy understanding, because the disposition of thine heart is good.
You hear what she said to her? All Israel know you as a sister who got understanding when it come to God, Most High God issues. So what did he do? He took her counsel. He took her counsel. because the counsel she gave him was a good counsel. And he respect that. He said, listen, I know you coming from a good heart. What you say is come from a good heart. Because all Israel know you got great wisdom. So he took her counsel. Let's jump around. Let's jump to chapter 9. No, do I want chapter 9? Nope. We're not going to go chapter 9. Let's go to chapter 10 with verse 12 and 13.
Judith chapter 10.
So let me give you, since we don't have a lot of time, I'm going to tell you what Judith did. Judith conspired something where she told the governor, I'm going to pretend, I'm going to go to the general, I'm going on the other side, I'm going to pretend I'm there to say that we're going to submit to him. And I'm going to kill him. That's the revelation woman right there. She did not care that her life, she might get killed herself. She didn't give a damn. Her mindset was to deliver her people. Her mindset was about her people. That was her mindset. That's what we told sisters today. Your mindset should be about nothing but you people. And by the way, I got to say this. We got revolutionary sisters in IURC. We got some. Yeah, we got some. Sisters who see the vision. Sisters who are really see, listen, it is what it is. It doesn't matter. I got nothing to lose. I'm going to stand this until the end. I got nothing to lose because I'm sick and tired of what my people is going through, of what they're doing to my people. I'm going to stand this. We got Judith in IURC. So Judith put her life on the line. She didn't care. This is what she did. Now, read.
And took her and asked her, of what people art thou? And whence comest thou? And
so, you know what she did? Now she crossed to their military, to the army, where they were staying. Because remember, they was ready to go to war with Israel. We on one side, they on one side. She went to them. Read.
And whither goest thou? And she said, I am a woman of the Hebrews, and am fled from them, for they shall be given unto thee to be consumed. For they shall be given you to be consumed.
13.
And I am coming before Holofernes, the chief captain of your army, to declare words of truth, and I will show him a way whereby he shall go and win all the hill country without losing the body or life of any one of his men.
She said, I come to talk to the general. I'm going to show them how to conquer the Israelites without even killing none of them. How to conquer them. That's what she said. But we all know she's lying. She was there to actually kill him. Jump to verse 18.
Verse 18. Then was there a concourse throughout all the camp, for her coming was noised among the tents, and they came about her as she stood without the tent of Holofernes, till they told him of her. And they wondered at her beauty.
They wonder at her beauty. She was really beautiful. They never see a beautiful woman like that. They all standing there and look at. It's like, what type of woman is this? Read.
And admired the children of Israel because of her.
You hear what they said? She was so beautiful, they thought every single woman would look like that. That's what they thought. That's how good looking she was. And I mean, I'll think about it. Now that she was good looking, she dressed to the top. There was like, is all the women look like that? What the hell? Read. And they're going to tell you that. Read.
And everyone said to his neighbor, who would despise this people that have among them such women? Surely is it not good that one man of them be left, who being let go might deceive the whole earth?
You hear what they say? They said, these people, we got to kill all these men. They can deceive the whole world with these women. Those are the most beautiful women we ever seen. They said, wait a minute. If we let these people leave, they can actually destroy the earth with this woman. That's why Esau always send a woman. That's why, because listen, men went to war because of the woman. Some of you brothers think that thing got diamond in it. Some of you betrayed your own brother for the sister, for a woman. So they said, listen, these women is so beautiful, we cannot let these men leave. We got to kill them. Or because they can deceive the whole world with these women. Because their mindset is every single Israelite woman look like her. That was they was thinking. Read. What verse you in?
Verse 20.
We're gonna jump around. We don't have much time. We got 10 minutes. Go to this is what Judas did. What verse am I? Jump to chapter 13. You guys can read this upon yourself. That's a really good history to read. That's a really good history to read to your daughters. To let your daughters read. That's a really good history. Jump to read verse 7.
Verse 7. And approached to his bed and took hold of the hair of his head and said, strengthen me, O Lord God of Israel, this day. And she smote twice upon his neck with all her might, and she took away his head from him and tumbled his body down.
She cut his head off. While he was sleeping, she chopped his head off. She took his head with her. She chopped his head off. Now, this is the general. This is the man that was supposed to be untouchable. He's so stupid. He let a woman get so close, she killed him. That's a lot of us. A lot of us today is that general. A lot of us today is that general. Because a lot of us left this truth because of a woman. There's brothers right now who left the truth because of a woman. So you know what that means? She cut your heads off. Because that's exactly what's going to happen when Christ comes back. This is a general who let a woman, he let his guard down so low, he let a woman get so close to kill him. Because when her beauty fooled him, read.
And tumbled his body down from the bed and pulled down the canopy from the pillars and awning after she went forth and gave Holofernes his head to her maid.
So she took his head with her and give it to her maid. Jump to verse. Oh, keep reading.
And she put it in her bag of meat. So they twain went together according to their custom unto prayer. And when they passed the camp, they compassed the valley and went up the mountain of Bethulia and came to the gates thereof. Then said Judith afar off to the watchman at the gate, open, open now the gate. God, even our God, is with us to show his power yet in Jerusalem and his forces against the enemy, as he have even done this day. Now, when the men of the city heard her voice, they came haste to go down to the gate of their city, and they called the elders of the city. And they...
Jump to verse 18.
Verse 18. Then said Ozias unto her, O daughter, blessed art thou of the Most High God above all women upon the earth, and blessed be the Lord God, which have created the heavens and the earth, which have directed thee to the cutting off of the head of the chief of our enemies. For this thy confidence shall not depart from the heart of men, which remember the power of God forever. And God turned these things to thee for perpetual praise, to visit thee in good things, because thou hast not spared thy life for affliction or the nation.
For the affliction.
For the affliction of our nation, but has revenged our ruin, walking a straight way before our God. And all the people said, so be it, so be it.
So the governor said to her, you didn't care about your life. You went and defend your nation. Judith was a reverential woman. She was all about her people. She put her life on the line. Judith not only was a reverential woman, Judith was a loyal woman to her nation, to her people. So when sisters read this, after you read this about the boy, as sisters Judith, you got to ask yourself, am I a reverential woman? Because you got some sisters in IUIC who never met their husband. Because you cannot say you're a reverential woman, but you're married to a man that don't believe. You cannot say you're a reverential man, you're married to a woman that doesn't believe. That makes absolutely no sense. I'm going to read to you again what Sister Asata Sheku said. A reverential woman can't have a no reactionary man. That's impossible. If it's not about liberation, he's talking about liberation of his people. liberation of the nation of Israel. That's what she's talking about. Our mind have to be set about the liberation of our people. Because we're still in captivity here, brothers. I know some of you sleep. Some of you think you're free. No, you're not free. Our people still getting killed in the street every day. Our women getting raped, selling drugs to each other. We're not free here. We still got to go out there and change the mindset of our people. Brothers, we at war. This is war. It's not time to play video game. It's not time to play video game. If it's not about struggle, you have to be understand the struggle of our people. If it ain't about building a strong black family, guess what we're doing, brothers? We building the black family that been destroyed. That's what we're doing. For some of you don't know what you was doing in this street, that's what you're doing. You were building a nation that's been destroyed. There is no nation with that family. That's impossible. If he ain't about building a strong black nation, if he ain't about, and she said, he ain't about nothing. Basically, she says he's a nigger. That got to change. That's got to change. With that, I say shalom.